Hey Warriors fans, strap in because what we just witnessed last night was the kind of performance that reminds us exactly why we love this team, even when our confidence wavers. Heading into the game, I will admit I was skeptical. After splitting those back-to-back games against the Suns, my faith was shaky, and I was bracing myself for another rough night. But the Warriors had other plans, and they reminded us why this team, when firing on all cylinders, can be absolutely terrifying to any opponent. A 23-point rout of the Magic? That is the kind of dominant statement we needed to carry momentum into the Christmas Day matchup. With a 2-game winning streak now, the team is back at .500, and more importantly, there's a sense of rhythm and cohesion starting to return. That Christmas game against the Mavericks is shaping up to be a showcase opportunity, especially with the Warriors playing at home. The Mavericks, though still talented, have stumbled early this season, and it seems unlikely they will recover quickly, which sets the stage for the Warriors to dictate the pace and perhaps make a bold statement on a holiday stage. Now, going into the matchup with the Magic, I have my doubts. This is a team built with length and versatility, featuring Paolo Banchero, Wendell Carter Jr., Desmond Bane, Jonathan Isaac, and others who give them an imposing frontcourt and wing presence. For a Warriors roster that can feel undersized at times, especially in the paint, it's easy to predict struggles. Yet, against a legitimate playoff-caliber team, the Warriors demonstrated adaptability and execution that cannot be ignored. Their ability to compete, adjust, and ultimately dominate speaks volumes about the coaching strategy and player commitment on the floor. Steph Curry, once again, reminded us why he is irreplaceable in situations like this. His big second-half performance was precisely what the team needed, and, as always, he delivered. Curry has an uncanny ability to carry the offense, create his own shot under pressure, and elevate the performance of those around him. Watching him navigate the floor with precision and confidence, hitting those critical buckets, is a reminder of how valuable he is when the game is on the line. The supporting cast also stepped up impressively. Moses Moody went 8 for 11 to score 20 points, while Jordan Poole added 16 on 6 for 10 shooting. The efficiency across the roster allowed the Warriors to keep the Magic at bay and maintain a steady offensive rhythm. While the three-point shooting could have been better at 4 for 13, the team compensated with smart mid-range options and high-percentage shots, which ultimately contributed to the overall offensive flow. The key takeaway here is that efficiency matters more than pure volume in certain moments, and the Warriors demonstrated an ability to execute in that regard. Each possession was maximized, and the scoring distribution highlighted both the depth of talent and the smart decision-making on the floor. It was not just about hitting threes. It was about building momentum, controlling the tempo, and ensuring that every player contributed meaningfully to the scoreboard. Of course, not everything was perfect. One of the major concerns coming out of this matchup was Jonathan Kuminga's absence. Sitting out with a DNP due to a coach's decision raises questions about his role and value moving forward. Just as he had returned to the rotation, being sidelined again makes it difficult to gauge his consistency or his impact on team dynamics. The Warriors need to balance his development and health with actual playing time to ensure that they can extract maximum value from him. If Kuminga is going to remain a tradable asset, showcasing his abilities consistently is essential. Without regular minutes, teams considering him for a trade cannot accurately assess his potential, and the Warriors risk diminishing his market value. It is crucial for the coaching staff to find the right balance so that Kuminga can contribute meaningfully while protecting his long-term health. This is not just about one game. It is about the strategic management of a young player who could play a pivotal role either for the Warriors or as part of a larger trade package down the line. Meanwhile, another aspect that caught attention was the brief on-court exchange between Draymond Green and the coaching staff. Draymond, as we all know, is a passionate competitor, and his intensity is often a double-edged sword. On one hand, his leadership, defensive presence, and ability to orchestrate the floor are unmatched. On the other, these moments of tension remind us that he is no longer the young, unstoppable force he once was. At 35, The focus should be on channeling that energy effectively without letting frustration or disagreements impact team performance. He remains a vital piece of the puzzle, but his approach needs to reflect experience, maturity, and consistency rather than emotional volatility. Past legends like Rasheed Wallace set the bar high for what a player could do in terms of intensity, technical fouls, and leadership impact. Wallace was a unique talent, a game-changer on offense and defense, and his approach was contextualized by his extraordinary abilities. Draymond, while still immensely valuable, must navigate these moments with a sense of calculated control, ensuring that the team's focus remains on winning rather than internal conflict. Looking ahead, January 15th looms large as a date that could significantly shift the Warriors' roster and strategy. With trade possibilities opening up, the potential for adjustments involving Kuminga or other assets is very real. If Draymond continues to play with his usual intensity and Kuminga's minutes remain inconsistent, it may influence management's decisions on packaging contracts to bring in a high-impact player, particularly someone who can dominate in the paint. A big man to anchor the interior defense, create rebounding opportunities, and complement the Warriors' perimeter-heavy attack could transform the team's ceiling for the remainder of the season. There are several hypothetical targets, ranging from established stars to up-and-coming talents. And while availability is always uncertain in the NBA, the potential moves could be transformative. Strategically, the focus should be on acquiring someone who can fill critical gaps, maintain the Warriors' offensive identity, and elevate the overall team dynamic while ensuring that the roster remains balanced and competitive. It is clear that this team, despite early season uncertainties, has the pieces in place to navigate challenges and exploit opportunities. The combination of star power, emerging talent, and tactical adjustments demonstrates a resilient and adaptable group. While concerns remain, Kuminga's minutes, Draymond's intensity, and potential roster moves, the direction is promising. Wins like the one against the Magic build confidence, establish rhythm, and provide a foundation for the high-stakes matchups to come. As the season progresses, it will be fascinating to see how the coaching staff leverages the roster, how the players respond under pressure, and whether strategic acquisitions in January can push the Warriors into a position to contend at the highest level. As we turn our focus toward the upcoming matchups, the key question revolves around consistency and the ability to translate dominant performances into a sustained winning streak. The Warriors, with their blend of seasoned veterans and developing talent, have the potential to establish a rhythm that carries them through the toughest stretches of the season. The recent game against the Magic exemplified their ability to adapt in real time, adjusting both offensively and defensively to counter a team that, on paper, presented significant matchup challenges. The combination of strategic ball movement, precise shot selection, and defensive communication allowed Golden State to dominate inside and outside, creating opportunities for high-percentage scoring while limiting second-chance points for their opponent. Observing the team navigate these scenarios provides confidence that, when executed properly, they can compete with any team in the league, regardless of size or style. Steph Curry continues to be the linchpin of this approach. His ability to control the pace, read defenses, and create scoring opportunities for himself and his teammates is unparalleled. However, it is not just his scoring that makes him invaluable. His presence alters how opponents defend, opening driving lanes and creating space for shooters like Jordan Poole and Moses Moody to operate effectively. The synergy between Curry and the supporting cast is becoming increasingly evident. When Moody is hitting his shots efficiently, and Poole is finding rhythm in mid-range or high-percentage attempts, the team transforms from a strong offensive unit into an unstoppable force capable of overwhelming defenses. This balance between star power and role-player efficiency is exactly what the Warriors need to consistently contend against both playoff-caliber teams and unpredictable underdogs. While the offensive performance was inspiring, the defensive side also deserves recognition. Draymond Green, despite the challenges of age and adapting to his evolving role, continues to provide a physical presence that disrupts opposing offenses. His ability to guard multiple positions, communicate rotations, and anticipate plays remains a cornerstone of the team's defensive identity. That said, it is evident that the approach must evolve as well. Moments of friction, whether with teammates or coaching staff, can inadvertently create distractions. The intensity that once made Draymond a defensive juggernaut must now be tempered with situational awareness and leadership that prioritizes team cohesion. If he can harness that energy constructively, the Warriors' defense will remain formidable, especially when paired with agile wings and versatile forwards who can contest shots and recover quickly on rotations. Jonathan Kuminga's situation remains a focal point for speculation and strategic planning. As he continues to develop his game, his minutes and involvement in the rotation are critical for both his growth and the team's flexibility in the trade market. If Kuminga can demonstrate consistent impact, whether as a scorer, defender, or versatile role player, the Warriors gain leverage in any potential roster moves. Conversely, sporadic minutes risk diminishing his value and limit opportunities to evaluate how he complements the team's core. For the coaching staff, finding the right balance between development, protection from injury, and active contribution in games is an ongoing challenge. Yet, the payoff could be substantial if handled correctly, either through improved performance on the floor or by positioning him as a key trade asset. The looming trade deadline in January adds another layer of intrigue. There is potential for major shifts, particularly if the front office sees opportunities to acquire a high-impact player who addresses current weaknesses. The ideal addition would be a big man capable of controlling the paint, contributing on both ends, and complementing the perimeter-oriented strengths of Curry, Poole, and Moody. Such a move could redefine the team's ceiling and create matchups that are difficult for any opponent to navigate. Trade scenarios are always unpredictable, but the strategic intent is clear. Strengthen the roster in a way that preserves the team's identity while increasing versatility and competitiveness across all 5 positions. In that context, players like Kuminga become pivotal not just for what they contribute on the court, but for how they can be leveraged to acquire transformational pieces. One of the key takeaways from recent games is the importance of shot selection and efficiency. The Warriors' approach to mid-range opportunities, high-percentage shots, and selective three-point attempts is paying dividends. Rather than relying solely on volume or long-range shooting, the team is emphasizing balance and situational intelligence, ensuring that each possession maximizes the probability of scoring. This strategy is particularly important against teams with length and athleticism, like the Magic, where contested shots from deep range can be less effective than controlled, well-executed offensive sets closer to the basket. The coaching staff's emphasis on these principles has started to show results, creating a blueprint for how the team can maintain success against a variety of playing styles. Equally important is the mental and emotional aspect of the game. Maintaining focus, composure, and professionalism, particularly in high-pressure situations, is crucial for sustained success. Draymond's fiery nature, while a source of energy, must be balanced with discipline to prevent unnecessary technical fouls or disruptions. Veteran players like Curry set the tone for this approach, modeling how to remain composed under pressure while still exhibiting leadership and competitive fire. As younger players like Moody and Kuminga continue to gain experience, observing and emulating these behaviors will be critical for the team's long-term culture and resilience. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. In what could be one of the most earth-shattering rumors in recent NBA history, whispers are circulating that Giannis Antetokounmpo, the reigning superstar of the Milwaukee Bucks, has given a tentative yes to an unprecedented offer from the Golden State Warriors. Sources close to the situation suggest that the Warriors are preparing a mega contract that could redefine player movement in the league, signaling their intention to build a team around the Greek-Nigerian phenom. While nothing is confirmed, the mere possibility has sent shockwaves through the NBA world, leaving fans, analysts, and rival franchises scrambling to speculate on the implications. Giannis, who has mesmerized audiences with his combination of athleticism, skill, and sheer dominance on both ends of the court, would represent a seismic shift for the Warriors, a a team already celebrated for its championship pedigree and revolutionary style of play. Golden State's front office is reportedly pulling out all the stops, with promises not only of financial reward, but also of a championship-caliber roster and a starring role that could further cement Giannis's legacy in the league. Insiders claim that conversations have been ongoing for weeks, with the Bucks maintaining a cautious stance, fully aware that losing a talent of Giannis's caliber could trigger a chain reaction across the NBA. If the deal were to materialize, it would mark a historic moment in basketball, uniting one of the most dominant individual talents of the modern era with a franchise renowned for its culture, innovation, and winning pedigree. Speculators are already debating how Giannis's unique skill set, his combination of size, speed, and playmaking, would integrate with Golden State's dynamic system, and whether the move could ignite yet another era of NBA dominance. Social media has exploded with fan reactions ranging from disbelief to excitement, with memes and hot takes multiplying by the hour. For now, the league is left in suspense. While Bucks loyalists hold their breath, Warriors fans are dreaming of the possibilities, imagining Giannis donning the iconic blue and gold and redefining what it means to be a dynasty in the modern NBA. Even as the rumor mill churns, one thing is clear. If Giannis actually says yes, the basketball world will never be the same. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.